How do you feel about taking the Big Red to the Madison Square Garden?
Oh, I tell you what, it's an exciting event. I mean, you can't ask for a better venue. Geez, you've had the Globetrotters, you've got the professional major fights, you've had hockey, every kind of professional event under the sun, and now they finally get the best. They get to see Cornell wrestling.
You're facing two strong Midwest teams in Oklahoma State and Missouri. Is there any history with these teams?
Well, Missouri's Brian Smith is the head coach there. He coached here for 5 years, and of course Oklahoma State's John Smith. I was on the world team with John. We don't wrestle each other too often. It's pretty far. But anytime you wrestle these Big 12 schools and now an SEC school, you got your hands full. They're schools that have a great deal of support. They have a huge recruiting base, so every single weight is going to be highly contested.
How do you feel about these matchups?
I tell you what, ask me after Sunday. In Missouri, I look at the 10 matchups, and there's probably about 8 that could go either way. And Oklahoma State is probably 5. Now, of course, I'm going to probably pick the wrong 5. It'll be completely different. But on paper, they look like some really exciting matches.
Coming off your team's great showing at Vegas, placing third at the Clifton Invitational, you have to be feeling pretty good about your team's prospects. How do you feel about the team in regards to New York and in the rest of the season?
Well, we started off pretty quickly. We won our New York States. We knocked off Oklahoma and Central Michigan and took third at Vegas, and we did that without three of our top kids. So we're hoping to get these kids back in the near future, and maybe this weekend. We'll see how things go. We're not going to put people in who aren't ready to go. All things, when we get everybody in that lineup, we're going to be pretty salty, and I think we can go with anybody.
You've been to the NCAA championships many times and in many different arenas. How do you feel about having the Nationals possibly at Madison Square Garden one day?
I tell you what, it'd be crazy not to. You're looking at an opportunity to expose almost half the population of the United States is probably within an 8-hour drive or a 5-hour drive. We put it out in the Midwest, which is great because there's a lot of wrestling out there. But I mean, just sheer numbers of people. If we want to grow our sport, we'd be crazy not to take this opportunity and get it in the Garden.